One of the most important things you can do when you're getting to know someone is create boundaries and communicate your boundaries as things show up in the relationship. But this can be really difficult to do for obvious reasons because you don't want to push the person away, you don't want to make them feel bad, and you certainly don't want to derail something, especially if you feel like it's going really well. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how you communicate a boundary to someone to maintain standards of respect in the relationship without pushing them away or offending. Now, boundaries are very important in relationships, and one of the biggest reasons is that boundaries are how we create respect. You know that someone respects you when they're willing to acknowledge and honor a boundary you ask them to set. When you set a boundary and somebody doesn't care about it, what they're showing is they don't really care about you. They don't really care about building a relationship with you. They just want you to be available for whatever they want you to be available for. But boundaries take it from a casual relationship to actually we're honoring and respecting each other in this relationship. And if you never create boundaries, you never find out who would be willing to honor them and who wouldn't. So this is something that you cannot afford to overlook in dating. Now, something I want to say about creating a boundary. You have to remember, first of all, that if something comes up and you feel like you need to communicate a boundary around it, you're not telling them what they did was wrong. And I think this is really important because sometimes we think that if I'm going to communicate a boundary, I have to tell you that what you did was wrong. That's not true. What I'm telling you is how it made me feel. I'm telling you how this thing you did or this thing you said or whatever it was that happened, whatever you did that felt like, I felt like you crossed a line of respect. I'm communicating how that made me feel. What I'm actually doing is I'm trying to help you understand me. I'm trying to help you understand what will make me feel respected, what will make me feel loved. In a way, I'm actually telling you this is how you can love me. By doing this, by not doing this, by honoring this line of respect. This is how you love me. So let's take a simple example. Let's say that you're on maybe a first or a second, maybe even a third date with somebody, and they make a joke that that maybe offended you, or maybe you thought it was in poor taste, or maybe it was something you felt like they were making fun of you, but somehow this joke they made, you felt like you were disrespected with it. Now, what a lot of people do when that happens is they get frustrated with the person. They start to judge the other person, what's wrong with them, or how could they do this, or how could they say this, or what kind of person is this anyway? But we have to understand that we don't always see things the same way. Now, if you talk about this, you create an amazing opportunity with this person to actually find out how you can work through a challenging conversation together, to actually find out if this person is going to meet you halfway or if they're going to reject you. So you don't want to miss this opportunity to create a boundary. Now, I wouldn't bring it up in the moment while you're frustrated about it. I might just smile and say, that's interesting, or okay, or, just kind of let it go for the moment. But what you do is you take some time to reflect on it and you figure out what it is you really want to say. And then you bring it up to them at another time, maybe after the date, later on you're talking on the phone, or maybe the next time you're together, if you have a moment that it feels like a good time to bring this up. And you just simply say, do you mind if I share something with you? There was something that happened that it bothered me a little bit. I was wondering if you'd be okay if I shared that with you. And if they're a decent person, or I should say, if they're genuinely interested in you, they're going to want to know what this thing is. Of course they are, because if they did something that bothered you, of course they'll want to know what that is. So you just very kind, open way say, do you mind if I share something with you? There was something that happened that bothered me. And they'll say, yes, of course. What would you like to share? And then you just say, when you said this, or you said that, or you did this, or you did that. In this example, we're saying, this joke you made last time, the joke about blah, 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 whatever it was about. When you said that, this is what it made me feel. This is what it made me think. Now, you want to be really clear. I'm not blaming you. I'm not telling you that you did it wrong. I want you to know that that's how I took it. That's how it felt to me. And, if we're going to keep going in this relationship, if we're going to continue talking, continue seeing each other, continue getting to know each other, I want you to know that jokes like that are going to hurt my feelings. Jokes like that I'm going to take that the wrong way. And that's not going to be good for our relationship in the long run. So I'm just going to ask that if we're going to continue together, that you don't make jokes like that. And if I don't bring it up, you have no way of knowing. So I felt like you needed to know that. And very simply put, you just bring it up like that. Now, they're going to respond one of two ways. They're going to either say, I understand, I get that, or they're going to blame you and tell you there's something wrong with you for bringing it up and expressing yourself. Now, anybody who tells you you're wrong for expressing yourself, anyone who tells you you're wrong for honestly communicating what's real for you, what's true for you, and anyone who tells you you're wrong for asking them for support in this relationship, they are revealing to you that they don't have what it takes to create a long-term relationship. Because the truth is that if you are with somebody for any significant amount of time, a year, 2 years, or more, many years, there are going to be many, many opportunities for the two of you to talk about boundaries. And boundaries will change. At certain points in your life, you'll need some boundaries. At other points in your life, you'll need others. This is going to be an ongoing thing that you're going to need to be able to do every step of the way in your relationship. And if even from the beginning, they're not open to that and they can't respect that and understand that, that means this person doesn't have what it takes to create a real long-lasting relationship with you. Now, something I want you to remember, it's so important that when you bring it up, you're not blaming them. You're not criticizing them. You're not telling them what they did wrong. You're telling them how it made you feel. And you're asking them, this is how you can love me. This is how you can respect me. In our relationship, if we keep going down this road, I need you to know that this is what's going to make me feel respected, and this is what's going to make me feel loved. And I want to know that you respect me enough to do that and to honor that. Somebody who sincerely is interested in a relationship with you, somebody who sincerely wants to get to know you, and somebody who truly respects you will respect that and appreciate you bringing it up. Boundaries are a very important conversation. As I've said, they're one of the most essential ways that you frame a relationship from the beginning. From the start, by communicating the boundaries, you create the relationship that you're looking for with this person. But that's one of a few essential ways. And we're hosting a workshop that I'd like to invite you to, where we cover some of the most profound ways that you frame your relationship with someone from the very beginning. So from the very start, by bringing up these conversations and by addressing these very important things with people, you create your ideal relationship from day one. And I'd like to invite you to join this workshop. You can join for free. You can register at myconsciousrelationship.com. That's myconsciousrelationship.com. Register there, enjoy the workshop, and thanks for watching.